Our love lives often suffer because we deny how much we crave validation and affection from the one we love. We think we're mature. We don't want to admit how vulnerable and hurt we can be. We don't want to acknowledge the ever-fragile and tender child inside the impressive adult. So when we face small things that have clearly wounded us, a missing compliment here, a lack of contact there, we freeze instead. We quietly and quickly close ourselves off. We subconsciously get ready to retaliate. We convince ourselves that we have a lot of work to do and should spend more time alone. The last thing we can accept is that we might be unhappy, perplexed, and secretly angry. It would be very helpful if we could realize with grace, aided by better social guidance, that in terms of relationships, we are all bare. We feel everything, whether we choose to acknowledge it or not. We're sensitive to every subtlety in our partner's behavior towards us. We observe and are hurt by every gap, every misunderstanding, and every minor insult. It is obviously very tempting to reject such vulnerability. Who wants to be constantly aware that they have essentially given up their independence to the feelings and desires of a completely free other person? How much more reassuring to live under the illusion that we might be unaffected by minor offenses and that our souls remain largely in our own control. But it would be more honest and more healthy to admit that once we are in love, we have no choice but to feel everything that happens between us and a partner. We have to be sure on a daily, even hourly basis that we still matter to them. It is pointless to pretend to be tough, of trying to be recklessly and eventually bitterly and coldly courageous. We need to take steps to protect love from our constant vulnerability. We need to regularly communicate with each other and ask, "Have I hurt you?" And then as regularly say, "I still love you." It's not a sign of being childish to approach love with enormous, almost unbelievable sensitivity. It's a sign that we've finally understood what an adult is and needs.